Hey everyone, it is November the 12th on Read Through the Word. I remember as a mom of a newborn how important sleep was for my baby, but especially for me. And I remember going in and watching both of my children, but especially our daughter because we had waited so long for her, watching her sleep and just sleep so soundly. And we've even said of my son that a tree could fall on the house, or an earthquake could rumble the surroundings, or a hurricane could come through, or a tornado, and it would not wake him up. Just peaceful, restful sleep. And as I was looking at our key verse today and thinking about Peter's predicament and what he was facing, and seeing the words, he was asleep, it made me question, how in the world could he sleep? I know that when I'm fixing to, or getting ready to get on a plane and I go speak somewhere, I get butterflies in my stomach. Or if there's some kind of task that I need to accomplish the next day, I get a little weary and a little anxious. If I'm starting a new something with ministry, or if I am meeting with someone about something, I can get very anxious and not sleep. And honestly, the older I get, the less I sleep. But I know what it's like when I face these little anxieties and these little struggles that keep me from sleep. How could he sleep? How could my children sleep so peacefully? Especially my son. And I was thinking, it's because they trust that everything is going to be okay. That the sun will come up tomorrow. Their mama and daddy will be in their house. They'll be taken care of. There will be food on the table. And they're secure. They're safe as children, young children, and even as older children. Young adults, really, is what they are now, living at my house, living in our home. The same thing applies. They live under the protection of their Father. And that's exactly what Peter was resting in. He didn't know exactly what was going to happen the next day. But regardless, his peace was secure in God. It made me think about Abraham and Isaac, and how Abraham told his servant, we're going to go up and worship and then we'll be back. Abraham didn't know exactly what was going to happen, but he knew that it was going to be okay. And this is the way that Peter had to have felt. Because here's a man who is chained between two soldiers. And likely he's not in the cleanest facility. Prisons were a lot different then. I'm going to be quiet. Prisons were different then. And so he couldn't be in a sanitary place. And how do you sleep when you're chained to two guards? And how do you sleep when you don't know what is going to happen tomorrow? How do you sleep in heavenly peace? Because you trust in the one that's in heaven, guarding over you. And it says that suddenly there was a bright light in the cell, and an angel of the Lord stood before him, and the angel struck him on the side to awaken him. His sleep was so deep, and his rest and peace was so secure, that he didn't even wake up to the bright light. Now, if someone comes into my house when I'm asleep, I can be dead to the world, so to speak. But if someone turns a light on, even on another side of the house, and it just peeks through the crack of my door, I'm awake. Peter didn't even wake up to the bright light because his heavenly peace and his sleep was in the one he trusted who was in heaven, his Savior. So I don't know what's troubling you today. I don't know what's troubling you at night, keeping you up. If it's fear, if it's anxiety, if it's bill collectors, if it's a relationship, if it's a possible foreclosure on your home, the possibility of losing a job, all of those things are worrisome. Health issues, waiting for a test result. But I just pray that we all can sleep tonight and that a bright light could come in and would not wake us up. That the angel would have to shake us on the shoulder to get us up. That our peace would be so sound and our sleep would be so restful and refreshing. It doesn't say that he was sitting there thinking of wrong things, of negative thinking, and what if scenarios. None of that was keeping him up. He was asleep. All that we would trust our Savior enough to just be asleep and sleep deeply and securely. I put some verses there. Maybe they'll help you tonight and in the subsequent nights to come if you're having trouble really having deep rest. Maybe read these aloud. We've talked before about having a little mini Bible, a little spiral notebook, an index card notebook. Maybe these are some verses that you can write in that. And before you go to bed, you can say them out loud. Because when you say truth, which is light, out loud, the darkness, which is the enemy, has to flee. And go to sleep thinking on these things. And let's see what kind of difference it makes. We'll see you tomorrow on Read Through the Word.